Hello friends, you're watching India Today Tech, and if you're planning to buy a smartphone, this is the right time to stop and take a look at this video. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 amazing smartphones that are going to launch in the next 3 months. The most awaited smartphone in the flagship killer domain right now is the OnePlus 6. OnePlus 5T has already started to go out of stock in most markets, which is hinting at the launch of OnePlus 6. Company CEO has also tweeted about it, and we may see the company launching it in May or June this year. Like always, the new phone will come with a new chipset, and this time around, the OnePlus 6 will sport the latest Snapdragon 845 that we saw on the Galaxy S9. This will be paired to 8GB of RAM, and the base variant may get a storage of up to 128GB, up from 64GB last time. But seemingly the best upgrade would be its new bezel-less design. OnePlus 5T already had a very thin bezel design, but this may be pushed even further on the 6. Now there are 2 design possibilities to it. First, OnePlus may expand the display size, keeping the overall phone size very similar to the OnePlus 5T, which means that the OnePlus 6 will have about 6.3 inch of display size, very similar to the Vivo V9 that we saw launching last week. Another possibility is to use a 5.7 inch display, which will also reduce the overall size of the smartphone, making it very ergonomic and similar in form factor as the OnePlus 5. But then, since OnePlus is using a notch at the top to carve out this bezel-less design, the OnePlus 6 may very well end up looking like the iPhone 10. But Android smartphone makers don't really seem to care, as we have seen a lot of companies adopting this design, Vivo V9 and the Asus Zenfone 5 being the examples already launched in the market. Some of the photos leaked online also hinted that the phone will come with a glass back, and there are rumors that the phone will support wireless charging as well. It will be slightly different on the OnePlus 6, as they're saying it will be fast wireless charging. The OnePlus 6 is expected to launch by the end of April and will have an expected price tag of $720. Another amazing smartphone worth waiting for is the second edition of iPhone SE. The phone's rumored launch has been postponed since January this year, and it has already been delayed. But new reports suggest strongly that the phone will soon be launching in India. In fact, like the iPhone SE, this will also be made in India by the Bengaluru firm Wistron. When iPhone 10 was launched, there were reports that Apple may never launch the second edition of iPhone SE. But now that new reports have surfaced again that the phone is coming, it may be said that Apple could not overlook its success in India. The iPhone SE has been one of the most popular Apple phones in India, and that is probably the reason why it is planning to bring it again. As for the design, it won't be very different from the iPhone SE or the legacy iPhone design that we saw on the 5 or the 5S as well. Some changes include a slightly bigger display, that is a 4.2 inch screen instead of a 4 inch screen, but that would come at a cost of a slightly slimmer bezel and a glass back. But expect significant bezels at the front, since the phone will have the same 16:9 display and a home button at the bottom carrying the fingerprint scanner. As many of the reports have suggested, there will be no Face ID on the iPhone SE2. But the good part is the internals will match the iPhone 7, which means that the chipset will be upgraded to the Apple A10, and this will be paired to 2GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. The phone will also have a 128GB storage variant like the iPhone SE. And since the phone comes with a glass back, we are also expecting the iPhone SE2 to have wireless charging. As for the prices, reports suggest that the iPhone SE2 will start at a price tag of 25,000 rupees for the base variant and may go up to 35 or 40,000 rupees for the 128GB storage variant. Another amazing phone we are looking at is from Nokia. In the Android space, Nokia 7 Plus could be a game changer for the company. The phone will come with mid-segment specs, that is a Snapdragon 660 chip with about 3GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. But again, the main USP of the Nokia 7 Plus is its design, and this is where it will make users go crazy. The phone is carved out of a block of Series 6000 aluminum, has a bezel-less display at front and dual rear cameras that are Zeiss certified. At front, the phone has a 6-inch Full HD Plus panel, and the phone packs a 3800 mAh battery and sports a Type-C USB port for fast charging and data transfer. The dual camera system on the Nokia 7 Plus comes with a primary 12 megapixel sensor that has a 1.4 micrometer pixel size and a very wide aperture of f1.75. At front, the Nokia 7 Plus sports a 16 megapixel camera, which is an upgrade from what we saw on the Nokia 8, at least on paper. The phone also supports some premium features like dual side and 360-degree spatial audio recording. As for the price, the Nokia 7 Plus was launched at €399 at MWC, which translates to about 32,000 rupees here in India. If the Nokia 7 Plus sounds expensive to you, then you should look at the Moto G6. The phone is the first to come with bezel-less design in the Motorola lineup, and while we already have the Redmi Note 5 Pro in the similar price segment, Moto phones have always given a tough competition to the Xiaomi phones, especially because they come with a cleaner and faster stock Android interface. The phone was recently certified on TENA, which gives more information about it. The phone will come with a 5.7-inch display, which will make it quite a handy bezel-less phone, very similar to the size of Moto G6 Plus. It packs a 3000 mAh battery, and under the hood, the phone is set to come with Snapdragon 430 chip with 3GB of RAM and 32GB storage on the base variant. As for the cameras, there will be a dual camera setup at the back with 12 megapixel and 5 megapixel sensors. The leaked photos show that it will have a design very similar to the Moto X4, that is a curved glass back and a very smooth front. The only difference will be that the G6 and the G6 Plus will have a bezel-less screen. But despite that, it will have the fingerprint scanner placed at the front only, unlike many other bezel-less smartphones that have a rear fingerprint scanner. The price of both G6 and the G6 Plus will be very similar to the G5 and the G5 Plus. That is, expect them to be in the 12 to 17,000 price range. Any list is incomplete without a Xiaomi phone, and the last phone on our list is the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2S. The phone has already been launched in China, and we got a glimpse of it with a truly bezel-less design. The phone has up to 90% of screen to body ratio, and it does it without a notch. It sports a 6-inch Full HD Plus panel and is the first mixed device to come with an OLED display. The body of it is made out of metal, and it has a ceramic back like the Mi Mix 2. Under the hood, the phone runs the Snapdragon 845 chip with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. There is also an 8GB RAM variant of the phone, which comes with 256GB of storage. At the back, the phone comes with dual cameras, the primary sensor being a 12 megapixel 1.4 micropixel sensor with 4-axis optical image stabilization and dual pixel autofocus. The secondary camera also has a 12 megapixel resolution, but with a smaller sensor and a telephoto lens. At front, the phone comes with 8 megapixel sensor and supports AI portraits. The phone has been launched at a price tag of around $520, which translates to about 35,000 rupees here in India. But like we saw with the Mi Mix 2, the Mi Mix 2S may also get a slightly cheaper price tag when it comes to the Indian market. So these are the smartphones that are worth waiting for right now, and if you liked any one of these, let us know in the comment section below. Also, if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology like this. Thank you for watching.